Freehold is always better than leasehold. It's something you've probably heard a friend say before. Well, that might not always be the case. Hi everyone, I'm Sophia and welcome to the first episode of Sit Downs with Soph, where we discuss the burning questions you guys might have when it comes to searching for your dream home. Today, we'll be deep diving into the data so you can decide for yourself if a freehold or a leasehold might be better for you. Generally, there is a perception that the resale value for a 99-year leasehold property is less than a freehold due to lease decay. Let's look at the numbers to see if this is true. Here, we have two gorgeous developments, the Quinn, a freehold condo sitting on 5,136 square meters of land with 139 units, while nearby we have Bartley Ridge, a 99-year leasehold standing on 20,811 square meters of land with 868 units, 4 times the size of the Quinn, both TOP'd in 2016 at the same time. As you can see, both developments surged in resale prices upon their TOP. However, with Bartley Ridge, a leasehold, it continued to surge for a few years before stabilizing, while the Quinn has been on a decline since 2017. In total, there have been 172 profitable transactions at Bartley Ridge and 10 profitable transactions at the Quinn. Why is this so? One of the key factors is due to the land size being bigger for Bartley Ridge. Aside from the fact that mass consumers tend to be drawn towards larger developments for its amenities, the higher volume of units also means more transactions for valuers to reference, helping to push the valuation up for buyers. On the other hand, the Quinn with less transactions has a much flatter valuation curve. Therefore, even with freehold status, smaller developments might not perform better than a larger leasehold counterpart. Can you imagine entering almost at 300 PSF higher than your neighbour, but making a profit less than half of what they do? That being said, this isn't a blanket rule. Let's take a look at De Leeden and Leeden Residences. De Leeden is a mega 99-year leasehold development boasting 1,703 units and a whopping land size of 69,402 square meters, while Leeden Residences across the road stands on 45,604 square meters of land and holds 331 units, 1/5 the size of De Leeden. We can see the growth in profit margin is much steeper for Leeden Residences, with its highest profit being at $2.9 million and having 8 transactions passing the million profit mark. So why is it we see the opposite here? Does freehold status matter? Yes, in Lux area it matters. Mass markets and Lux areas will behave differently as every area's demographic will have different needs. While the mass market tends to value larger unit size and developments, the Lux market appreciates exclusivity. All areas are different, so depending on which districts you are looking into, you can see which development would have a higher potential for growth. The next factor we'll be looking at is age. If both developments are similar size and in the same area, they will likely perform at a similar rate in the initial years. Let's have a look at Park Shaw, a freehold, versus Tanjong Raya, a leasehold development, which TOP'd a year apart in 1997 and 1996 respectively. We can see that the initial 10 years of growth is quite closely on par. Freehold does not have a significant advantage over leasehold. At this point, entry price has a greater role to play. Where leasehold starts to lose its footing more drastically is usually around the 20 to 30-year lease mark, where the age has a greater impact on the buyer's future resale. This is when we'll usually see a second wave of appreciation for nearby freehold projects too. As with the case of Park Shaw, it continues to rise steeply. Similarly, in Toa Payoh, we see Oleander Towers, a leasehold, start to decline around the 10-year mark and stagnate in growth, while Trellis Towers, a freehold, continues to grow. So does age matter? Yes and no. It all depends on what the profile of neighbouring developments are like. We've come to the end of our video. You probably realize by now these factors have to do largely with their surrounding areas. No two cases are the same, so depending on which developments you are considering, you can do a comparison from there. There are also other factors that come into play such as demand and supply, buyer's profile, layout and maintenance fee to name a few. If you have any questions on a particular area or development you are looking into, you can always drop me a message at the contacts listed. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'm Sophia. Catch you again soon.